morning, I'm Nate Puterbaugh with your sports update. Last night in Toronto, it was Game 2 of the World Series. Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitched his second straight complete game in the postseason, leading the Dodgers to a 5-1 victory, becoming the first pitcher to accomplish that feat since Curt Schilling in 2001. He retired the final 20 batters he faced. The CBJ were on the road last night at Pittsburgh, and they came home with a 5-4 shootout win. Dmitry Voronkov led the way with 2 goals in the victory, giving the Jackets their second win in Pittsburgh in the last 18 tries. In the NFL today, the Browns are on the road taking on the New England Patriots at 1, and Joe Flacco and the Bengals host the winless Jets also in the 1 o'clock slot. And in college football, notable games saw number 3 Texas A&M blow out LSU, Alabama survived South Carolina, Indiana beating down UCLA, and Texas rallying to knock off Mississippi State but losing Arch Manning in the process. Breaking sports news when it happens at the Fan, Ohio Sports Destination.
Your boss won't listen to you, your spouse doesn't listen to you, your kids barely know you're alive. But here at The Fan, we love and appreciate you.
Just when we learn to appreciate what a huge wussy you are.
This is the show for the people, by the people. It's The Fan Call-In Show.
Presented by the ESPN Bet Sportsbook inside Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Here are the leaders of the Lunatic Fringe, Scottie Vegas and Ryan Baker.
Do you feel better than you were last week? Did you improve on improvement week?
I feel I did. I improved a little, right? You know what, Ryan, one thing that I love about the bye week right out of the gates is just getting the opportunity to really focus on those other teams, right? Watching a huge chunk of Indiana UCLA, watching almost the entire game of Alabama. And this was the first time I really had a chance to do that. And that was fun. That's what I improved on. How about you?
I'll tell you what I loved about the bye week is I got away from it all.
Did you?
I went golfing yesterday. Other than highlights, I didn't watch a lick of college football. I was locked into the Jackets last night, but it was just a nice break for me yesterday to get out there, swing the sticks maybe one final time of the year, hang out with Dad, and just kind of take a break from it all. Obviously, paying attention here and there, you see, wait a second, what's going on with Oregon here? Why are they struggling with Luke in Wisconsin? And seeing, oh, man, Cignetti, how chesty is he going to be after this one, and seeing Alabama struggle and all of that stuff, just catching up on it on highlights, but not really being locked into anything. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up on a Sunday with us. It is the Fan Call-In Show. It is your show, so we will go any direction that you would like to. 614-821-9710 is the number, 614-821-9710. We do have tickets to the passes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame to give away to some of our favorite callers. And in case you don't know, I'm Ryan Baker. He is Scottie Vegas. And, it was just nice to unwind, recharge a little bit yesterday, get away from the grind that has been this college football season, and kind of paying attention to it, what I did. And I've kind of been getting to this point, Scottie, the past couple of weeks, but I feel like maybe there's only one team that can win it all in the nation, and that's Ohio State. But I'll tell you what, I feel a lot better about Indiana today than I did going into yesterday. And I know that was UCLA, but that was a UCLA team that was hot. And, man, Indiana, they just handled their business the way you would expect a really good college football team to do so.
Yeah, Mendoza looks like that Heisman favorite that he actually is, right? And, here's the deal. We knew UCLA not a great team, but as you said, they were hot. They won 3 games coming in. It's funny because I've got a friend group that was texting oh, UCLA, a totally different team now. Maybe they'll challenge Indiana. And, I mean, Indiana was still a 25-point favorite in that football game. But what they did, and this is the 3rd time this year Indiana has won a game by 50 or more points. It's eye-popping. It's eye-popping for Indiana to beat a Big Ten team, a team that had won 3 games in a row, a team that is 3-2 in the Big Ten, to beat them by 50. It's incredible. And so, yeah, it kind of changed my perspective on Indiana a little bit. Last week, we were doing this show, and I said, I think that Ohio State, obviously the clear favorite at the very top. And then I said a step down, and on that step down was Alabama. And then I said another step down is a group of teams, including Indiana. I think I've changed that a little bit after watching Alabama yesterday, watching Indiana yesterday. Alabama found a way to get it done on the road in the SEC, so give them credit.
Yeah.
But I think Indiana is right on that same level now with Alabama and maybe Texas A&M as the next step behind Ohio State. But I think it's a giant step. It's not one little step up. It's a big step up, because I think Ohio State is significantly better than both Alabama and Indiana. I did want to ask you, and I want to take this to the listener as well. What is the percentage chance that you believe Ohio State wins it all this year? Because based on the betting odds, Ohio State's plus 250 to win it all. And if you put that into percentage form, that would say Ohio State's got about 28, 29% chance based on the odds to win it all. I'm just curious, what is your guys' percentage chance that you think Ohio State wins the national championship this year?
So when you first said that, the first number that popped into my head was 50%. I feel like it's 50-50 right here. But there are some teams that are playing well right now, and you know how well things have to go for you to do that. So I guess I would say around a 30 to 35% chance, I would think. But it could easily tip more to like a 50-50 shot here, because I do think with you, I think Ohio State's sitting at the top of the ladder. And I think it's a rung, maybe two, probably just one rung, maybe two, where Alabama and Indiana sit. And I would not have had Indiana there before yesterday. I do have Indiana there now. So I guess I would say, yeah, probably in that 30 to 35% chance range.
Well, how about you, Nate? What are you as far as percentage chance you think Ohio State wins it all?
Honestly, I'm at 70.
Whoa.
With
really
Indiana
high.
at 20 and the field at 10.
Interesting. So you think it's Ohio State or Indiana?
I spent a lot of time yesterday watching the SEC games because it was kind of their day on the stage.
Yeah.
You know that Joker meme of this is funny and I'm tired of pretending it's not? The SEC is crap this year, and I'm tired of pretending otherwise.
Yeah.
They're not a good conference.
I get it.
I'm not there with that, because I think Alabama's really daggone good.
I don't think South Carolina is good at all, and they should have won that game.
I get what you're saying, but Indiana, and I don't want to be an Alabama apologist, but they just came off of Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri, Tennessee. And then they're looking at LSU, who is obviously not very good, and then Oklahoma coming up. But that, I think the perception of both those teams was different heading into yesterday than maybe today. I just think that could have been a lull game for Alabama, and I know they had one of those to start the season, right? I just think talent-wise, their talent equates to about as anyone. I think Alabama and Oregon talent-wise probably equate to Ohio State. That doesn't always mean you're a great team, but I think talent-wise, they're as close to anyone. Scotty, we're getting some on the YouTube chat as well. Justin says about 40% chance. He also says he's becoming increasingly scared of Michigan. Lawrence says 80% about 80% Big Ten, 20% the field. So I guess he's saying 80% Ohio State, Indiana, and then 20% everyone else. Ohio Alliance also says, not a believer that we are much better than anyone else. Our best wins against Texas and Illinois, two teams that barely ranked, and we didn't dominate them by any means.
Yeah, very fair. Very fair. You look at the schedule. I mean, you can kind of do that, though. You know, I know Alabama's got some of those ranked wins, but I think we are very quick to throw out that Florida State game. Florida State's bad. Florida State's really bad, and Alabama lost by 2 touchdowns to Florida State. You look at their schedule; they beat Wisconsin, who's bad, and I know they've got this run of SEC wins. They beat Georgia, they beat Vanderbilt, they beat Missouri, they beat Tennessee, and then yesterday they beat South Carolina. I do believe that Alabama is in that next tier. I think they have a shot to win it all. I would put my percentage for Ohio State to win it all at about 50%. Also, I really feel that way.
I take a little umbrage with that idea we didn't dominate Illinois. That game was never in question after the first quarter.
Correct. Yeah.
And you're right. Like that was just a game where some weird things happen.
They scored a touchdown in the last 5 minutes against the second string. I'm not worrying about that.
And you didn't dominate Texas on the scoreboard. But I never felt like being there in person at that game that Ohio State was ever in danger of losing that game. And I guess that's a difference in domination. And listen, the way Ohio State, for the most part this season, has played it close to the vest and tried to shorten games, just like they did last year with a 16-game season in mind. Let's get this over with as little plays as possible. It's hard to dominate on the scoreboard, at least when you're trying to shorten games like that.
Yeah, and of course, we are opening up the phone lines. We want to hear from you. What percentage chance do you give Ohio State to win it all? Is Indiana
Who's number two? Yeah,
is Indiana the second best team in the country? I think there's a debate now between them and Alabama, and some people might throw in Texas A&M. A&M wins last night against LSU. We want your perspective. Phone lines are open. There are prizes to give out. The number 614-821-9710, and you can also hit us up in the YouTube chat. We'll take your percentage chance there as well. All right, looking at Indiana, though, and talking about them as being the second most likely team to win it all, what percentage chance do you guys believe Indiana actually wins it all? If you're at, and you said Ohio State at about 30%, what would you say would be Indiana's chance to win it all?
I think I'm sitting in the 10 to 15.
Okay.
Maybe the 10 to 15 range. And it probably would have been 5% before yesterday. And I know UCLA is not a great team, but UCLA had momentum. And for, as Bo Bishop likes to say, act accordingly. For Indiana to act accordingly and just dominate them like they did yesterday, just super impressive to me.
Now, and Indiana did this last year too, right? They blew teams out.
Yep.
Everybody questioned the schedule. Not a lot of people believed in them. Now, they do have that win this year, right? They didn't have this in the regular season last year.
They have that Oregon
but they've
win.
got that win at Oregon, and you're at about 10 to 15%. Which I'm curious, then that gets you to 50% between Ohio State and Indiana. I'm curious where your other 50% is going. Yeah. But I'm at 50% Ohio State. I'm probably at about 15% for Indiana. And what's surprising is Indiana's probably right there. I'd probably put Alabama at 15% and Indiana at 15%, which gets me to 80. So then you're looking at the field being about 20%.
Yeah, that's smart. And maybe my initial thinking of Ohio State as 50%, maybe that might be more correct. I'm not sure. I think I have Alabama a little higher than 15 and a little higher than Indiana. So if I have Indiana at 15, I probably would have Alabama about 20%, maybe. But yeah, I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to think about that a little more. Hey,
I like Lawrence's and Chat's percentages. It's the Big Ten is at 80% for me. I I think that's about right at the moment.
I would agree.
So, but you gave Ohio State 70,
maybe I'll go down like Ohio State like 60%, and then Oregon, Indiana 10 to 15, and Oregon 10 to 5 to 10, depending on where they are.
Gotcha. I didn't even think of Oregon in that Big Ten chat. I guess just because.
They're still in there.
They are. I don't understand that yesterday against Wisconsin, though. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, and Wisconsin didn't score till late, right? So it ended up being Oregon 21-7.
Yeah.
And for a big chunk of that game, it was just a low-scoring, boring football game. And, Wisconsin finally gets on the board, right? It had been forever since they had scored. They finally get on the board, and Oregon wins, but just kind of sleepwalks through that game.
614-821-9710 is the number to call. Again, Pro Football Hall of Fame passes to some of our favorite callers. And Scotty, I feel like I have a comparison to Curt Cignetti, but it's not another head football coach. I'll tell you what I'm thinking coming up next. It's the Fan Call-In Show on The Fan.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
This is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we know life's busy. Let us handle your car care. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or have our technicians come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
They're trained. They're fired up. Let's do it. When you need heat, they can't be beat. They're Ohio State's undefeated heating and cooling team. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team, the Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Hey friends, good news for you. All your favorite NBA players, they're back. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. With more markets open for more of the game, DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is live when others aren't. New customers, you bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus score $300 if your bet wins, all paid out in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THEFAN971. That's code THEFAN971. Bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass plus $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Ohio only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save big on select varieties of Kroger brand cheese. 6 to 8 ounce packs are only $1.79 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
College is great. You know what else is great? Pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of the Ohio State University. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
The football season now stretches from August to late January, and we can't afford not to be at our very best all season. Hey guys, it's Eric Reeser, and if you're like me, looking at the calendar wondering how you're going to stay at 100% for the next 5 months, do what I did. Go see my friends at Hydrate Me Med Spa. I went to their Grandview location, got hooked up with a fast vitamin push that's got me feeling better than I have in years, and the NAD Plus has me thinking better too. From IV to aesthetic treatments, look great, feel great at Hydrate Me Med Spa. 4 locations: Grandview, Granville, New Albany, and Dublin. Book your appointment at hydratememedspa.com.
Hey guys, it's Timmy Hall from my friends at Orthopedic One, Central Ohio's most trusted orthopedic practice. 2 years ago, I was actually experiencing hip pain for the first time in my life, and I knew I needed the best, so I chose Orthopedic One for my physical therapy needs. And in a matter of weeks, I was rotating that golf swing better than before, and I was the longest hitter in my group again. So be like me and trust Orthopedic One and stay at the top of your game. Several convenient locations across Central Ohio. To find a physician or location near you, just go to orthopedic1.com.
Hey Columbus, it's Lorenzo Stiles Jr., Ohio State student athlete. It's football season, and just like on the field, success starts with the right game plan and the right team. That's why I'm proud to team up with Monogram Homes. They're the true custom home builder, bringing precision, creativity, and attention to every detail, just like we do on Saturdays. If you're ready to build, don't settle for standard. Go custom. Go Monogram. Visit monogramhomes.net to start building today. Monogram Homes, a builder you can trust.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Morning Juice, real football talk. Just two guys who aren't afraid to say what needs to be said. And that's how she wrote.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Now streaming mornings on YouTube and 10 TV Plus. Attack and dominate. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Barron. Temperatures down in the 30s by the time the sun comes up Sunday morning, but then the rest of the day should be nice. Plenty of sunshine, high near 60. We'll be back down in the 30s Sunday night. Partly cloudy skies, mostly sunny by Monday with more temperatures in the low 60s. By Tuesday, rain chances will return to the region. Temperatures start to go back to the 50s. That's your latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Barron on 97.1 The Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. We care about your sports thoughts. Well, at the very least, we'll pretend for an hour. This is the Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's kind of weird coming into the call-in show this morning. It's kind of dark outside.
Yeah.
I haven't had that too many times this year, and unfortunately, we're at that part of the year where it's going to happen, and I think we got to change times here at some point.
It's coming. I don't mind, Ryan, the cold weather and all that stuff. What I hate the most about winter is the darkness. Is driving in and it's dark, and then driving home and it's dark. That's the worst part. Other than that, I can deal with the cold. I like the snow, whatever. But the darkness, I hate it. We did have a little conversation in the YouTube chat that we want to get into, and it's really kind of about the Big Ten and who potentially could be the fourth team into the college football playoff. We all are assuming that Oregon is probably going to get the third spot out of the Big Ten. We know Ohio State and Indiana are going to be in the playoff, but we think Oregon, but there might be a little bit of a conversation to have, especially after watching them play Wisconsin last night. So we'll get into that. But I do want to say I dug deep into that prize closet, and I found a $50 Visa gift card.
Oh, wow.
So we are going to give out to the top call of the day a $50 Visa gift card, and we are also going to be handing out passes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So we want to hear from you. The number 614-821-9710. Maybe you want to talk to us a little bit about the percentage chance that you think Ohio State can win it all. I'm at 50%. Ryan's at 30%. Nate in there, he is very confident. He's at 70% that Ohio State wins it all. But we want to hear from you. 614-821-9710. All right, Ryan, let's get a little bit deeper into the Big Ten, because Iowa is a team that people are bringing up as, hey, maybe you need to pay a little attention to Iowa. Usually we just make fun of Iowa because they can't score points. They can score a little bit this year. Ryan, what do you believe? You said during the break, you told me you think it's a lock the Big Ten will eventually have a fourth team in. I'm not quite there with you on that. I think it'll probably be 3, maybe 4, but let's go a little deeper. You like Iowa, Michigan, USC. What's the team that you believe will end up being that fourth team?
Well, it's just interesting here because we were talking about Iowa, and you're right. I don't know if Oregon's a lock here because they have Iowa coming up next. And they're not, it's next for Iowa, I guess, because Iowa's on a bye next week. Then it's Oregon. And they have to play Washington, too. And Washington had a nice win over Illinois yesterday. So I don't know if it is a lock that Oregon is getting in, quite frankly. I think the Iowa thing is interesting here because their next 2 games are big-time bullet points for them here. They're taking on Oregon at Kinnick, and then they head on the road to USC. And I have not been a believer in USC. And the one thing USC has not done this year has stopped people from scoring. And one thing Iowa has done, surprisingly, and Iowa has scored a lot this year. And I was just looking into this here a little bit with Iowa. They have a loss on the road in a rivalry game at number 16 Iowa State by 3 points. Then their other loss was at home by 5 points to Indiana, who's the number 2 ranked team in the country. So that's 8 points away from possibly being undefeated for Iowa. And if they can get these next 2 wins over Oregon and USC, an Iowa team that's put up 37, 38, 47, 34, 41 in their win over Minnesota yesterday, we're not used to Iowa scoring points like that. Maybe, Scotty, we have not taken enough of a look at Iowa this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually I don't want to take much of a look at Iowa because I hate watching their football games, but they are starting to score a little bit this year. The other team, we have to talk about is Michigan, right? They win yesterday. They didn't look good, but they won 31-20 yesterday. And the reason you got to bring them up too is their schedule, right? So they've got Purdue, that's an easy win. They've got Northwestern, then they've got Maryland before they play Ohio State. So they have those 2 losses. They lost early in the year to Oklahoma, and they lost at USC. They got blown out, really, at USC. They lost that one 31-13. That's the other team. I think it's down to Iowa, Michigan, and maybe Washington can sneak their way back in. But I think it's really, now that Illinois has their 3rd loss, they're out of contention. I think it's really those 3, or the Big Ten's only getting 3 in.
It's possible. It's going to be interesting to see. Let's head out to the phone lines before we get back into this discussion. Let's go to Doug. Doug, you want to talk about the Ohio State title odds?
I do indeed. I'm looking at 49%, and if they don't have any injury problems on their defensive side, I'm probably going to jump that up to about 60%.
Yeah, I'm with you, Doug, on it really depends on injuries, right? Like if you can stay healthy, it feels like this team absolutely is by far the best team, right? But it's always that injury factor, right? Yeah. You're always thinking, okay, as long as you stay healthy. So far this year, I'm going to knock on wood right now. So far this year, Ohio State has stayed healthy.
They have. And the one thing I like with the health factor is I like not every game, but a lot of these games. We saw it against Wisconsin. We saw it against Minnesota. I like that Ryan Day's been sprinkling the backups in a little bit, right? Ryan Day has typically been, hey, these are our guys. We're rolling with them, except for the D-line where they've had a rotation usually. It's usually been, these are our guys. We're rolling with them until the game is totally, completely out of hand in the 4th quarter, and then we're just going to kneel on the football. But we've seen the Mylan Graham and Quincy Porters in the game. We've seen Isaiah West in key times. We've seen them rotating people in at right guard all season, whether that be Ethan Onionwa early in the year, Josh Padilla now. We've seen on the defensive line, the Will Smith Jr.'s, the Zion Grady's, the Logan George's, now that he's healthy. They've been sprinkling in the backups quite a bit. They've been tinkering in the back end of the secondary a little bit, with the cornerbacks at least. So I do like that some of these guys are getting reps in meaningful times of the game, just in case.
You know what's so funny, guys? It's Ohio State, Penn State week. We thought that this was going to be such a massive game. At the beginning of the year, we're like, we really circled 3, right? We circled Texas, we circled the Penn State game, and we circled Michigan. Mm-hmm. And we're sitting here a half hour into the show, and this is the first time we've even talked about Penn State, because Ohio State is a 20-point favorite. It's crazy to think about, because before the season started, Ohio State in the look-ahead line was a 3.5-point favorite in this game. And now, Ryan, we sit here, and Ohio State's a 20-point favorite over Penn State. And guess what? I'm not sure 20 is enough, because I think that Ohio State and Ryan Day they are going to want to put it on Jim Knowles this weekend. I'm not sure 20 points is enough.
Yeah, it may not be. I don't know. That's that line. So it started out at 17.5, correct?
Yep.
And it's gone up to 20.
Correct.
I don't know how that makes me a little nervous. Not that Ohio State's not losing this game this week.
Yeah.
Right? Not losing this game. Just makes me a little nervous. And here's the thing, and I know this is every week with Ohio State. Pitt State is going to throw everything into this. And Jim Knowles is going to try to scheme up. Now, does he have the horses on defense to slow this Ohio State offensive down? I don't know. I don't think he does, but he's going to do everything he can to get his players on the defensive side of things amped up and ready to go.
I don't know how Penn State's just going to score.
I don't know how anybody scores, quite frankly,
right.
on this defense.
And that's how I'm looking at betting lines now. Honestly, I'm like, I don't think Penn State's getting to double digits against Ohio State. So if Ohio State can put 28 points on the board, which is very, very, very reasonable, then they're going to cover a 20-point spread. That's how I'm looking at how I'm handicapping Ohio State games.
And you're telling me Penn State's probably going to be one-dimensional with a rookie quarterback starting and their 2 running backs? I'm sure Matt Patricia is just very worried about this game.
And I get that, as Ryan said, that the Penn State's going to try and throw everything at Ohio State. I just don't think there's much to throw. Like,
who are you throwing to?
They weren't good. Like, they've lost to UCLA. They lost at home to Northwestern. They're just not good, Ryan. Like, they can throw anything they want out, but I still don't think the 20 points is enough.
Well, maybe it'll keep going up then, and maybe it'll. Listen, I think you're probably right.
Because do you think Penn State gets to double digits against Ohio State points wise?
Right now, no.
Yeah,
I would say right now, just quick thinking, looking at it, no, I wouldn't think so.
And do you think Ohio State gets to 28 points, 4 touchdowns in the game?
Probably.
Then you're thinking Ohio State covers the spread.
But again, crazy things happen sometimes. And again, this is a Penn State team. We can say what they want about them. They are a talented football team. This is most of a team that went to a college football playoff last year, and this team was ranked in the top 5 to start the season. Now, things went off the rail. I don't think it's because this team isn't talented, though. And when you have talented teams and you get their best shot, sometimes, listen, Ohio State probably covers it, right? I don't think Ohio State's in any danger of losing this game. This game is not a one-score game. Just crazy things happen sometimes.
But there also could be a little bit of a quit factor, honestly, because at this point, you're 3-4, your head coach is gone. At this point, your starting quarterback is gone. At this point, what is there to play for if you're Penn State? Are you hoping for bowl eligibility? Because that's the only thing you have to play for, and you're probably not even getting that.
Yeah, it's going to be close for them. Going to be tough.
I don't even think it's going to be close.
614-821-9710 is the number to call again. 614-821-9710. Plenty of lines open, ready to hear from you. It's the Fan Call-In Show on The Fan.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting HindererMotorCompany.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-656-1551. That's 800-656-1551.
The radio couldn't contain us, so we've taken over YouTube. Catch Morning Juice weekday mornings at 6 by searching 971 The Fan. Do it. Your kids and your spouse might not listen to you, but we will. This is the Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Scotty, if I asked you who Barton Simmons was, could you tell me who that is?
No, I could not.
So Barton Simmons is the Mark Pantoni of Vanderbilt football.
Okay.
And he had this quote earlier this week on Diego Pavia, the Vanderbilt quarterback. He said, one of the great things about Diego is his delusion of how great he is and how great he can be. And yet, at what point does it stop being delusional? And when I heard that quote about Diego Pavia, I'm like, well, yeah, because we talked last week off air. Should we be talking more about Diego Pavia for the Heisman? Because what would Vanderbilt football be without him? And then the other thing I thought of is Diego Pavia the Curt Cignetti of college football players? Just so chesty and so much belief in himself that he's not going to let himself lose. And
I like that.
Can Cignetti do this? Can he continue to do this? Well, Cignetti has shown not only can he continue to do this, he might have a better team this year than last year.
Yeah. And you know what? As far as Vanderbilt goes, this is the beauty of the 12-team playoff, right? Because you, again, a couple years ago, you were anti-expansion to the 12-team. But it's the one thing that I also love about the 12-team is it gives a school like Vanderbilt and Virginia and Georgia Tech, like, those teams are now interesting because of the 12-team playoff. Like previously, like Vanderbilt would not have mattered at this point because they would not be making a 14 playoff. So you'd enjoy the watching Diego and all that stuff, but he actually matters now, Ryan, because Vanderbilt has a shot to make the playoff.
Is Vanderbilt going to win the national championship?
No.
Then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But it is fun to watch Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt as it is. Let's head back out to those phone lines. Again, the number 614-821-9710. We're going to go out to Jack. And Jack, before we get to you, I just got to play this because we haven't heard it in a long time. Scottie Vegas going crazy after the scoop and Sawyer last year in the Texas game. Jack, good morning. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. It's been a great weekend. You're going to get high school football, college football, pro football, the World Series, the Jackets get off the snide. I mean, basketball. Life is great, guys. But, I want to go ahead and jump in. You're right about that Vanderbilt quarterback. I watched him play that Alabama game, but one turnover, they'd have won that game. But to go back to y'all's original point from the show, Ohio State's percentage, I'm going to put that around where you're at, about 30%. There are two things that I'm really concerned about. It's got to be the running game, short yardage, and special teams. I mean, guys, at this level, we should be able to have at least a decent kicker and a punter. And the running game, if it's 4th and 2, how confident are you that we're going to make that conversion if we have to run the ball?
Well, Jack, I want to ask you a question on that. And the 4th and 2 thing, I'm pretty confident because they've kind of gone to this Julian saying it's not a tush push, but a quarterback sneak. And I think they're 100% on it. I think they've gotten it every time. Real quick, I just want to ask you a question on the running game, Jack. If I told you at the beginning of the year that Ohio State, 7 games in, would be averaging 160 yards a game rushing and 4.7 yards a carry after losing Travion and Quinshawn, would you have taken that?
Oh, absolutely. Who wouldn't in the country? But I'm not so much talking about the average. I'm talking about the short yardage situation. You are discussing, say, the tush push, which is all well and good, but we really haven't played a good defense. So I think up against a good defense, I might have a little bit of pucker. But for the most part, I'm not overly confident in this team. I love this team. But once again, if we can switch over, you can't tell me that you're happy with special teams, guys.
Jack, you love this team. I love your call. Great call. We're going to hook you up with a $50 Visa gift card. We still have prizes to give out. We have passes to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but Jack takes home the $50 Visa gift card. And the way Jack started the call was dead on. This time of year is spectacular, right? Because we had the World Series on last night. I was at a sports bar last night, and you had college football on, you had the World Series on, the atmosphere, everybody getting into it. It is a great time of year. And then today, we've got NFL all day long. So, yes, I'm with you. And don't forget today, Ryan, we have Ohio State hoops.
I wanted to talk to you about that here in a little bit. I wonder where my invite was last night to the sports bar, but I do. I will go back to this call with Jack. And I think everybody is nitpicking with this Ohio State team. I believe some people may be serious. They may have super issues. I don't know how, but when we're nitpicking, I don't understand the offensive line stuff. I think the offensive line has been great. If you put Josh Padilla in over Tegra Shabola, which that seems to be the thing most people want right now, and who knows, maybe it's going to happen. I don't know, even then, how much better this offensive line gets. Because this offensive line, I think, has been the top in the country this year, one of them. The rushing game, I'm not worried about it because I've seen Bo Jackson. And I think Bo Jackson is a ridiculous talent. I think he was slowed up with an ankle the past 2 weeks, which may have changed his numbers a little bit. Isaiah West looks really good in his limited amount of time. And again, I gave you the numbers, 160 yards, 4.7 yards a carry. The one thing I am concerned about with this Ohio State team that I think is a legitimate concern is the special teams. Because if Ohio State needs a 45-yard field goal to win a game,
I'm terrified.
I'm not confident in that at all. And I know some people have talked about the inconsistencies in the punting game. I'm not so much as worried about the punting game because Joe McGuire, through 2 years now, it's not ridiculous numbers, but he's averaged 40 yards a kick. I think that's fine. This year, his net, which I think is the most important number, 39.4. So there might be some ups and downs, but him for 2 years is pretty much on a straight line. You know what you're getting. But the special teams and the field goal kicking is a concern to me.
Yep, absolutely. And look, Ohio State's number one. We're going to nitpick. And I'm not totally I don't totally disagree with what Jack says about the running game. I think what we have as far as nitpicking, we haven't seen a lot of the home run runs that we saw last year. And so I think that's a little bit, and again, it's nitpicking, but I am with you 100%. If Ohio State is lining up for a 40, 45-yard field goal in a very important situation, I'm still extremely, extremely nervous about the kicking. The punting, you bring up a good point. Like the average is okay. You're not going to lose the game by punting it 35, 40 yards. But you can lose a game by missing a 40 to 45-yard kick.
Yes, and I don't know if I've been confident in Ohio State's kicking game in a decade right now. And there was a time when you rolled out Mike Nugent to Josh Houston to Drew Basil, like you thought you were hitting every kick for a long time there. Again, all of it is nitpicking, but we do know that is something that can cost you a game in the end. 614-821-9710. We have got room for you. One more segment of the Fan Call-In Show on this Sunday morning next on The Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon, even if this promo is playing in the morning. No judgment.
Sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom. Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood. Our owner? Free oil changes along with alignment on any 4-tire purchase. And Goodyear's up to $200 off? Yeah. Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling. But the Wood family is behind all this. Oh, those rascals. But don't tell the accountants. Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyears and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron, what are we going to do with these 41 new trucks you bought?
Those extra trucks are to make sure that we can always send someone to the rescue when a customer needs us.
Plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians to the rescue.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna keep you warm all winter HVAC technicians.
Get Eco.
Aaron, you bought those 41 new trucks at exactly the right time.
I know, Jerry, because everyone, everywhere, is needing help with their furnace right now.
Summertime is when furnaces develop problems.
The contacts and relays and sensors get all wonky.
Because summertime is when furnaces are not being used.
And our technicians can unwonk them.
Get Eco.
If you need someone to unwonk your furnace, get Eco.
Our technicians can unwonk anything.
And with 41 new trucks, they can get there fast, fast, fast. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna keep you warm all winter HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, 1 pound packs of Private Selection 80% lean Angus ground beef chuck are only $4.99 each with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, it's Anthony for Orthopedic One. I'm not invincible anymore. I never was, but I refuse to punt on things I still love to do. That's why over the past several years, when I've had things creep up, like back pain, shoulder issue, elbow problem, I've had it all, I've always chosen Orthopedic One. That's because Orthopedic One is Ohio's largest physician-owned orthopedic practice with 60 physicians in every specialty. Find a physician or location near you at orthopedic1.com. Orthopedic One. This is where you go to get better.
Hey friends, good news for you. All your favorite NBA players, they're back. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. With more markets open for more of the game, DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is live when others aren't. New customers, you bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus score $300 if your bet wins, all paid out in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THEFAN971. That's code THEFAN971. Bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass plus $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Ohio only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. If your home's already feeling drafty or your energy bills are creeping up, now is it time to do something about it before the cold really sets in. And Universal Windows Direct is making it easier than ever with an October deal that's packed with value. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free with no limit. Plus, enjoy 0% interest for 3 full years. And to top it off, get an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. Call 614-502-5220, universalwindowsdirect.com.
It's Sunday Night Football on the Fan. Catch the Packers and Steelers live from Yinzertown. Too much yellow on TV. Listen to the radio instead. Fan coverage starts Sunday at 7:30.
Sponsored by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Your home of the NFL, The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Patriot Air Comfort Systems in Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Ever want to be a radio star? It's all about the radio. Or at least hear your voice on the air?
The radio's all yours now.
This is the show for you. This is the Fan Call-In Show, presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
Final segment of the Fan Call-In Show on this morning. I'm going to talk a little Buckeye hoops here in a second, but first let's head out to the phone lines and let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah, good morning. Thanks for calling in on the Fan Call-In Show.
Hey, good morning. Here from southeastern Ohio. First, I want to say let's go after the Bulldogs. Got ourselves into the playoffs, so let's see if we can make a little run.
I like that. What do you got for us?
You guys talk about the kickers, and maybe I'm oversimplifying this, and I want to ask you guys a question. And I know it sounds like a whole question, but it's a question. Why is it so hard for us to find a kicker? I mean, we have cold weather kickers all throughout the state. We got Ohio, we got Pennsylvania next door, and Indiana, and Illinois. Why? And there's hundreds of them out there. Why is it so hard to find that kicker for us in the cold weather that can be consistent?
It's a great question, Jeremiah. And I know there's been some good kickers in Central Ohio even. Scotty, I can't say this. I don't know. I feel like it's a point of emphasis, maybe. I mean, obviously, Ohio State does not have a special teams coach, so to say. They're spreading it around the staff a little bit. They had a kicker a couple years ago, came from Cincinnati LaSalle. I think his name was Jordan Siebert. He even messed around at cornerback a little bit, and then he ended up transferring out. I thought, okay, the streak is over, because I saw that kid kick in high school, and I thought he was great, and I thought it was going to work, and it just didn't work for him. They brought in Noah Ruggles from North Carolina, and Noah Ruggles was actually pretty decent. Unfortunately, the thing we're always going to remember him is him missing the kick in the Georgia game as time expired in the college football playoffs, right as the clock struck midnight, I think, on New Year. I think the ball dropped and his kick missed right at the same time. But
why'd we bring that up this morning?
I'm sorry. I think it's just a point of emphasis, maybe something that you would think. And I don't know. Ohio State's probably going to be mad that I'm saying that, because it is appointed. They're going to be like, yeah, we worry about this all the time. I don't know. I miss the days of Mike Nugent.
Yeah. And look, let's be honest with you. Like, the chances Ohio State is going to have a relevant field goal kick, it's not going to happen until we get to the Michigan game, the Big Ten championship game, the college football playoff. We won't know, right? Like, all these kicks that we're seeing during the regular season don't really matter a ton, because Ohio State's not in doubt. It's really going to be in that pressure situation. Can the kicker get it done? So you might have a kicker that consistently during the regular season makes them all, but it's really all about that one or two big kicks that Ohio State's going to have a year, and whether you can deliver in those. So,
and I guess we're just going to be on pins and needles until we hit one, right? Until there's a 43-yard field goal that needs to be made to beat Michigan, or a 47-yard field goal that needs to be made to beat Alabama in the college football playoff, something like that. I guess we're just going to be biting our nails until we see it.
Correct. Yep. That's exactly what we're going to be doing.
Scotty, I know you're excited. It's time. It's time. We got to talk about it a little bit.
Yes.
We got to talk about it a little bit. Buckeye Hoops season not officially starting today, but we've got a big exhibition over at the Shot against Ohio. You can hear it right here on the Fan. Network coverage getting underway at 1:15 this afternoon. The tip will be at 2. That means if you want to listen to the Cleveland Browns, you'll have to head over to the Fan 2 today. That's where they'll be. But we got Buckeye basketball back.
We do. And it's I'm really excited. I was texting everybody this week. I'm like, this is the time. Right now is when you buy that stock in Ohio State hoops. I really, truly believe it. I think this is a year where Ohio State is going to be a tournament team. I think they are going to take a big step. We know there was big recruiting news earlier this week. I think this program,
recruiting news.
Huge. First 5-star recruit since D'Angelo Russell in 2014. So, look, I'm telling everybody, buy stock now in the fandom of Ohio State hoops. And I'm excited about this team. I really am. And you look at it, it feels like it's going to be deep, right? And I think that was the big issue down the stretch last year, was the lack of depth in the backcourt when you had to play John Mobley and Bruce Thornton nearly 40 minutes a game down the stretch. I think they wore out in late February and March and missed the tournament. And I feel like the retention that Jake Diebler did with this team as far as bringing back the core guys is good. I like the moves they made. I'm excited about the freshman, Amari Bynum. And Jake Diebler, I asked him on Friday about this, and I said, hey, who is going to make the big jump from last year to this year? Devin Royal did it, where he had a solid freshman year, but he made that big jump in his sophomore year and really got a lot better. Who's going to make that jump? And he brought up John Mobley, but he also brought up the freshman Amari Bynum, and I'm excited to watch him because I think the difference in this front court is going to be huge. Last year, it was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
The front court was a complete mess. Bradshaw was awful. He's gone. Stewart, very athletic, but he was underwhelming. He's gone. And now you got Bynum, you got Tilly. I like this Buckeye team. I think it's built great. You look at the projections of this team, and most people nationally think it's a fringe top 25 team. I've seen their betting odds, and the odds, they have like the 30th best odds to win the national championship, so that would put them right outside the top 25 there. I've seen CBS put them as like 29th in the country, so they're like fringe top 25 right now. I think they're going to be better. If I had to make a bold pick right now, I think they will be a top 20 team.
So you and I have talked about this. I want Jake Diebler to work so bad because I love that. I love Deebs. I love that family. You know, obviously what John did here at Ohio State. I think it's a tough spot he's been put in, right? A first-time head coach here at this place at Ohio State. I think that's very tough. I've voiced those concerns before. I want Jake to work so bad. Yes. And I do think it's interesting. Jake went with potential last year, right? In the transfer portal. He went with Bradshaw and Stewart. It didn't work out, unfortunately. This year, you've got a little more experience and proven track record. While not at the stage that Ohio State is, but Brandon Knoll, a guy that averages 18 points and 8 rebounds, 9 rebounds a game at Wright State. Christoph Tilly. And I love watching Christoph Tilly highlights. He's a big man, but great off the pick and roll. He is so good off the pick and roll, whether that be passing the basketball or receiving the basketball or him just taking it and driving to the hoop. Like, he's a 7-foot slasher almost, and I like the depth they've got there. And Amari Bynum, everybody's talking about him. The one reason I really want Jake Diebler to work, and the one thing that I thought would happen with him as coach, is he would lock down Ohio, because I saw him at the state basketball tournament. The Ohio high school basketball community loves Jake Diebler, loves that family. He's got the number 3 recruiting class in the country coming in, and it's Ohio guys. It's Anthony Thompson, who's a Cincinnati guy playing up at Western Reserve in Hudson. It's Garfield High, Cleveland Heights, Marcus Johnson, and it's Alex Smith, who's playing his senior year in Florida but was here in Upper Arlington. I love that he's going to get the Ohio guys. Hopefully the Ohio guys are good enough.
He's so easy to root for. Jake is so easy to root for. I can't wait to be rooting them on today, 2 o'clock, and you can listen to it right here on The Fan.
That is correct. And you can also listen to more of Scottie Vegas. Dave Biddle's coming in on the money. 2 hours. Betting, gambling advice coming up next on The Fan.
The 2 most mature people working at the radio station. And that's just because they wear pants.
The pervert and the skivvies.
Rothman and Ice.